Saw a guy holding a sign that said something along the lines of like, the CIA and the FBI are conspiring to something America something. You think someone like me would be like, yeah brother, God bless you. No, that's bait. That's bait in my world. I'm operating a couple levels beyond that. You know, the way I approach everything is everybody is CIA. Anyone that tries to interact with me, sits next to me when I'm on a bench, tries to get my attention for something. That way, you know, it's a little extreme, but it covers all the bases, you know. I'm never going to be caught flat-footed. That's pretty cool. There's that guy over on Kalakaua in a wheelchair playing guitar. He's doing like Beatles songs. And when I just came back through, he's doing All Night Long by Lionel Richie. That's one of those tunes I occasionally sing to Nia around the house to fucking drive her mad. Yeah, I've had a lot of weird interactions with people here over the years since I've been here. Well, I mean, there was a period, and I was talking about it with Nia last week, how I was being, I had a friend that I let get mail at my place. Unfortunately, he was being investigated by the DEA, so that he started watching me. But it wasn't a big deal. Like, I would see them, and the thing they do a lot, too, is they have, like, younger kids that are either trying to work off some kind of juvenile charge or something, and they're informants, you know? They'll come up to me like, hey, uncle, can I get this? Can I get that? Like, ask about drugs and stuff, and I'll always be like, no, I don't. I'm a drug counselor. Do you need help? You know? No, that's all right. A literal white van at the end of my street. They watch me when I go to the store in the morning. I wave to them. They just stare at me. Like, it's like, just be cool. Just, you know, at least you can laugh or nod or something. But that went on for a while. Like, just people approaching me, asking me to buy drugs and stuff. And all these guys that they have that are working here, they're like fly-ins. From what I understand, like, there was at least 5 or 6 years ago when they had a bunch of them undercovers in Waikiki trying to bust people with drugs. They would have these guys that would like come in and just put the hours in while they were in town, and they'd bring like their wives and so they'd make a vacation out of it and get paid. And they didn't know the names for any of the drugs, you know. They didn't know that the local kind of vernacular for what drugs are called. And I'd always fuck with them because, like, hey, did you get the crystal? I don't know her. Who? You know, the crystal. No one calls it fucking crystal. Just shit like that. There's this other guy that used to hang around down there who was an informant. We all knew it, but he thought we didn't. He used to carry a cane. And he looked like the guy, who's that Flavortown guy? Guy Fieri. He looked like him. Except he'd carry a cane. You know, he'd see us, hey boys, how's the heat down here today? Well, it was nicer earlier, but it's getting hotter now. Oh, no, I mean the fuzz. Just really bad shit like that. Just awful and obvious. But yeah, a lot of younger guys, you know, like kids who look like fucking, you know, 8th graders, but they must have been, you know, got in trouble or something, working off some kind of charge or community service or whatever it is. They were used as informants to try to get me to sell them drugs, but I wasn't selling drugs or buying them. It was pretty interesting. It went on for about a year, I guess, but it wasn't very obtrusive. Occasionally I just get some guy, and I'd just play dumb. And then sometimes I would just be like, I'd get mad at them and yell at them and stuff. But, you know, whatever. But, yeah, since I started, like, doing this, I haven't really had any problems that I know of. Like, you know, I have a TI in my name. But, you know, like I've told people here in Hawaii, it's like, if I was being gang stalked, I wouldn't know it, because people are so lazy here that, you know, they, I don't know if they do a job good enough that I'd notice it, really. You know? And there's been a couple incidents where I think may have been that, but weird things do happen. You know, I was over across the street from my house, sitting on the bench on the Alawai there on the canal. This guy comes up with food. He's like, "Do you mind if I sit next to you?" I'm like, "Yeah, go ahead." And he starts talking to me about politics and stuff. Like, just really, he's nice and cool, but just, you know, asking me these kind of questions about, you know, what I think about stuff and politics, and, you know, where I was coming from. And then it's funny because every time I go to talk about something, I'm in the spot where it happened, sitting right here, the same thing. This guy comes over, sits next to me. "Hey, brother, how you doing?" He looked like an islander, you know, of some kind, and starts talking to me. And within a few minutes, he's talking about politics. And I'm like, "Yeah, you know, I don't really. I think it's all theater, you know. I don't really follow one way or another." It's kind of weird, you know. I got a lot of stories like that. Someday I have to get into the DJ thing. That's just such a bizarre story that I don't know if I have enough time to tell it before I get home. There was a local DJ here of a radio station I used to listen to, and he befriended me, and he used to do the same thing. You know, asking me about Trump, what I think about Trump. You know, and with him, it's a really long, weird, unnatural story. He's like he's known locally here. He's on the rock station. You know, whatever. But yeah, it got weird. Like, calling me 3:30 in the morning, having problems with his wife, and it would always come back to, you know, the Trump thing. And having problems at work because it's like, you know, no one likes Donald Trump, but I do. And it's like, am I trying to be, are these guys, obviously, are they trying to get me to reveal that I'm some kind of Trump guy for some reason? I mean, I don't know. I don't believe in coincidences. And when you get 4 or 5 of these dudes doing the same thing over here at a time, it's like, all right, well, I don't know. And then I get the random people, new neighbors, you know, I meet them, and you know, just a new person. And but, "Hey, how you doing?" "Oh, good. Hey, you know, I used to live over on Maui or whatever. Now I'm living here. Do you like football?" "No, I don't." "Oh, I want to know if you want to come down and see the game." Like, wanting me to do stuff with them. I don't know. It's like they have a budget to try to get domestic teas, and since there really aren't many that fit the kind of parameters or descriptions they want, a lot of times they'll get like autistic people or retarded people, and they'll corral them into doing stuff and then bust them. I was just watching something about that on YouTube earlier today. So yeah, it's like, because there aren't any of these guys to fill this demand, like, because they're looking, I imagine, for a white enthusiast who is a Trump supporter, that they can just say, "Oh, we got one." And since they can't find them, you know, they try to make one. You know, they try to make one. So I don't know, you know. Again, yeah, maybe I'm paranoid, but I don't know, all that stuff to get, and that's not even all the stories and all the stuff. And DJ one was weird. It was real weird. Like, how did, you know, how did this happen? And then I like, again, I don't have time to tell the whole fucking crazy story. But I didn't want to like, I kind of wanted to see where it was going. So I didn't want to like shut the whole thing down, because I want to, you know, I want to know who's trying to get me to do what. But the one thing is that all these people had in common was the Trump thing. You know, they all wanted to get me to talk about fucking Trump, and that's kind of weird, right? Because, you know, they want to be able to say, you know, when they're walking me out of my house, they want to be able to say, yeah, you know, a Trump supporter with white enthusiast tendencies. They have to do this because they need to justify their jobs. There's money allocated for this kind of thing. They want to keep their jobs because their jobs are fucking bullshit, easy, cushy jobs. They probably get paid a lot of money. So they have to produce these people. And like I said earlier, oftentimes they will get Down syndrome people or super autistic people, and they'll herd them into incriminating themselves in some sort of weird plot, so then they can make the bust. It's evil, is what it is. So yeah, you can't take any chances, you know. I don't want to be like at some point regretting, oh, I shouldn't have done this, or I shouldn't have talked. Like, usually, like I said with the DJ guy, like, I know there's something going on with it, and my curiosity doesn't enable me to just bail on it, because it's good to know who's after you or what their fucking idea is, you know. So I'll stick with it a little while. And then there's the whole woman thing. Women, you know, I don't ever talk about that because it sounds like I'm fucking trying to brag. I'm not bragging because I don't think they really like me. I think they're just trying to, like, do the same thing the guys were doing. All that being said, I haven't had something like that in a while, you know. I haven't had something that was blatantly obvious, like those examples I've given. It's kind of cooled down with that. Maybe they just gave up on me, or, you know, since I've been doing this, I think they have everything they would need if they wanted to make a case for something, I guess, already. Just, you could go, I mean, there's, what, 1,000 videos here. They could go through stuff and piece together enough. I certainly make fun of them enough. Whatever, you know, as long as the thing is, just tell the truth. If you're honest and you're speaking from the truth, as far as you know it, you know, God will protect you. He's done so far. And I got my faith in him, you know. Just like all evil, you have to do it to yourself. They can't do it to you, right? You have to do it to yourself. You have to let the vampire in the house. You have to line up for the science shoes. You have to do it. That's that cosmic spiritual war bullshit. I don't understand, but there's hard and fast rules to this whole thing. But yeah, I don't know. Healthy dose of paranoia. Or maybe, you know, maybe a little bit more than that. Till next time. Thanks for stopping by. Say hi to me in the comments. Always like talking to you guys. Don't blame the teacher. Blame the school.